Okay, so this is a preliminary little video for the first unit in MYP4. And it's all about having functions with x squared in them, quadratic functions, and just finding the table of values of x that correspond to a particular y. So here I've got a table of values with y going from -5 to 5 in whole number intervals. And the rule is y equals 25 minus x squared. And I've just got to figure out what y is for each given value of x. So when x is 5, then y is going to be 25 minus 5 squared, which is 25 minus 25, which is 0. When x is 4, then y is going to be 25 minus 4 squared, which is 25 minus 16, which is 9, and so on. You've got to be careful with the minus numbers. So for example, when x is 3, 3 squared is 9 plus 9, and minus 3 squared is also plus 9. So you get 25 minus positive 9, 25 minus 9, which is 16. Now on a spreadsheet, of course, you can do a formula. So you can write, I could write in here, that cell there is going to be equal to 25, that's that 25 there, minus, that's the minus just there, and then I want x squared, and x is in the cell above, so minus that square there, which happens to be I9 in this case, to the power of, which is that little arrow key, 2. So I can write 25 minus the cell above squared like that, and it'll calculate it for me. And then I can just kind of copy that to the others, and it'll do the calculation for me. Another way to do this is in Desmos calculator. So I'll just go to that. Desmos calculator. So what I can do in Desmos is just put the function in, like y equals 25 minus x squared, y equals 25 minus x squared, and then it's put a big warning sign there because it doesn't know what x is. But if I put in particular values of x, like x equals 3, let's say, then it automatically gives me the value of y, 16. If I change x to 4, then it'll change it to 9. So, back to this. That's another way of filling out this table. So here, if I want to do a harder one, like 3x squared plus 2x minus 5, I could put spreadsheet formulas in, or I could get Desmos to do it for me. Let's get back to Desmos. So if I do, so 3x squared plus 2x minus 5, so y equals 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. So when x is 4, y would be 51. When x was, let's say I wanted x to be 1.5, then it would tell me that y is 4.75. So on my table here, I'm trying to fill out, when x is 1.5, y is 4.75. Now, it's interesting to make a graph of y and x on this, and if I do that, let's just find my graphing function. Gosh, where is it? Insert. I want like a scatter graph, but with a curve through it. Boom. And you get that sort of curve, which is known as a parabola. And generally speaking, anything with an x squared in it as the highest power will generate that kind of a curve, a parabola. So what I'd like you to do now is try and complete this table for y equals 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. Complete another table for y equals x squared. Complete another table for y equals minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 5 and see what difference that makes. And then try to plot out their graphs. You can either do it by plotting individual points in your graph book, or you can get Excel to do it for you. Once you've done it one way or another or both, you can also look at GeoGebra. So on GeoGebra, there it is. Let's find the graphing calculator. And you can also put the function in GeoGebra. So 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. So input y equals 3x squared. Just got to figure out how to do a squared thing here. It's 3x squared minus 2x plus 5, and you get the same basic parabola shape. Now the values of the coefficients in front of x squared or x or the term on the end affect where this curve goes and how flat or steep it is, but you do generally find any function with a power of x squared and no higher will generate something from this family of curves called a parabola. So have a go at filling in the missing values in the table there and generating the graph. Have a go at doing the same for the other functions here. The middle one is the one you've just done there. And then move on to the second video where the formal notes for the first chapter can be found.